Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and today we're going to go over these 12 HUT fantasy cards that got released. And essentially how these cards work is for every single goal that is scored by the player that is on the card, they will get a +1 to all their attributes, except for speed and acceleration will be only half of a point upgrade, so it's going to take 2 goals to get a full point. And this is only for the regular season. And then for Jake Allen, who's a goaltender, it's based on his wins. So for every single win that Jake Allen gets, he gets an overall upgrade to all of his attributes. For this review, I'm going to kind of rank these cards 1 through 12 and let you guys know who's worth investing in and who's not worth investing in, which guys I think are going to get up into the high 90s, maybe even 99 overall. There's some guys that I just think aren't even worth the investment at all. I don't think they're going to even come close to being in the 90s. Also, something to note about these cards, if they do get to 95 overall, their synergies double, so you'll get 2 points for their team synergy and 2 points for their player synergy. Now that we've kind of gone over exactly how these fantasy cards work, let's get into ranking them. Number 12. Starting off this list, we're going to have the 6'2", 203-pound goaltender Jake Allen from the Montreal Canadiens. Pretty much Jake Allen's coming in number 12 because I don't think goaltenders are super valuable, because I don't think it matters what goaltender you have. I also don't think there's any way that Jake Allen wins 14 games to get double synergies. Therefore, I don't think he's that great of a synergy plug for goaltenders. There's just no way. Carey Price is still the bona fide starter in Montreal. I get there's going to be a lot of back-to-back, so Jake Allen's going to get a lot of time to play, but he's going to have to win almost all of his games he gets to play in, as well as the Montreal Canadiens are going to have to be very good this year, which I don't think they're going to be an absolutely great team. I do think they're going to be a bubble team for the playoffs. Maybe they'll surprise me. Maybe they'll surprise some of you guys. Either way, Jake Allen's coming in at number 12 on this list because I just don't think he has super investment value. I do think that his attributes could be very good, though. I do think he might be able to win 9 games max, and if he gets to 90 overall, he will have actually pretty good attributes if you add +9 to everything. But with balance and spark, he doesn't have amazing synergies. He's not going to get up to 95 unless Carey Price gets hurt, and I wouldn't invest on a card in case someone gets hurt. And it's going to cost you about 175,000 coins. I think this is way overpriced. Number 11. In the 11th spot here is Sam Bennett. He has the synergies of Heart and Soul and Wingman for 1 point each. Heart and Soul's a terrible team synergy. Wingman's an average player synergy. He's 6'1", 200 pounds, left-handed shooting. What Heart and Soul gives you is going to be balance, endurance, shot blocking, and face-offs. The Wingman's going to give you acceleration, wrist shot accuracy, and passing for +3. This is a guy that in the last 3 years, well, the last 4 years of his career, he's scored 8, 13, 11, and 13 goals. They're only playing 56 games this season. And with him only playing 56 games, I got Bennett maybe scoring 8 to 10 goals. If he scores a max of 10 goals, it puts him at 89 overall. He's not going to get double synergies. At +5 speed, if he scores 10 goals, you're only 87 speed. Yeah, his other attributes are going to be good if he ends up scoring 10 goals, but he's still not anything that's worth the investment. He's going for about the same price as Jake Allen, 175,000 coins. I just don't think it's a great investment. I only see him, like I said, scoring 10 goals. Maybe he'll prove me wrong, and I think that's the max. He scored 8 goals last year, playing more games than the 56 games they get to play this year. I don't see him magically finding his scoring touch. Never scored more than 13 goals in the last 4 seasons. Sam Bennett coming in at number 11 on the list. Number 10. The 10th spot belongs to Filip Hronek, the defenseman for the Detroit Red Wings. He's right-handed shooting, 6 foot tall, 169 pounds, has 1 point for barrage and 1 point for workhorse. Barrage is going to give you slap shot accuracy, slap shot power, offensive awareness, and aggression for +4. Workhorse gives you acceleration, balance, endurance, and durability for +3. I do think this Hronek has a chance of being an absolute stud, but I'm looking back at his last couple years, particularly last year. He played 65 games, only had 9 goals, and that was his best season by far. Every other season he scored maybe 6 goals. You're only playing 56 games. I'm going to assume he regresses a little bit, that 9 goals was kind of an anomaly, because that was, I think, his highest, and he only scored 6 goals before that. Regress him down to 6 goals. He'll end up being an 88 overall. I think he has better synergies than Bennett, which is why he comes into the 10th spot instead of the 11th spot. I could go over each of these guys' attributes, but until you start to get some of these goals scored, these attributes aren't good. So there's no point on going over all their attributes, just so you guys know. I'm just ranking them based on what I think their potential is to be a high-ranked card, because all these cards are for investments. You're not starting any of these guys in your lineup right now. Doesn't have the best synergies. Like I said, I think I'm going to cap him at 6 goals, which puts him at 88 overall. For the season, I just don't think he's worth the investment. He's over 200,000 coins right now. He's coming in at number 10 on the list. Number 9. In the ninth spot, I have NEAL PIONK, and essentially he's 5'11", 190 pounds, right-handed shooting. He has 1 point for distributor and 1 point for workhorse. His last 3 seasons in the NHL, he scored 6 goals, and 1 goal. He does have the distributor and workhorse, as already mentioned. You guys should probably know that workhorse has +3 for speed, passing, puck control, and durability. The workhorse, as we've already gone over in the last card, has +3 for acceleration, balance, endurance, and durability. So he has great synergies, don't get me wrong. There's none of him on the market. I'm assuming he's probably going to sell for 250,000 to 300,000 coins right now. I don't personally think he's worth the investment. When you have a guy that scored 6, 6, and 1 in the last 3 years, he might score 5 goals in the shortened season this year, and this is obviously the 6 goals. He's playing way more than 56 games. He's on their second power play unit, so maybe there's some upside to that. If, for whatever reason, Josh Morrissey gets hurt, he might be bumped up into the first power play unit. But once again, it's kind of like that Jake Allen. You're hoping that the person ahead of him gets injured, which I just don't know if that's worth the investment, to hope that like a certain player gets hurt for somebody else to be useful in these investments. I will say, though, I have him maybe scoring 5 goals. He might score 6 goals, so he might finish at 89, 90 overall. Let's say he gets 6 goals. He gets +3, 86 speed is not going to get it done for an endgame defenseman. And that's really what you're looking for. 56 games, you're talking about a card that might be useful in 4 months, and it's not even going to be useful. Stay away from this NEAL PIONK, even though he has great synergies. There's no way he gets up to the 95 to get double synergies. I just don't see the guy scoring 11 goals this season. That would be like some breakout year. I don't think he does it. Just my personal opinion. Number 8. JACCOB SLAVIN, the 6'3", 205-pound left-handed shooting defenseman for the Carolina Hurricanes. He has balance and shutdown as his synergies. For balance, you're going to get +3 endurance, +3 wrist shot power, +3 deking, +3 puck control, +3 defensive awareness. Pretty good team synergy, especially if you pair it with like distributor spark, distributor swarm, and balance. Just it's one of those things where like balance is great for, like I said, that third synergy. It could even be used as a second synergy. Either way, I like balance for some of the attributes that it does boost. Shutdown is going to give you slap shot accuracy, puck control, shot blocking, and body checking at +3. Not the best player synergy. As for the Slavin, you're looking at a guy that has scored 6 goals last season and 8 goals and 8 goals. So I think in the shortened season, he has the potential to score 6 goals, where he gets some time on the first power play unit. I don't know if he'll get that much time this year because they do have pretty good defensemen like Dougie Hamilton. But there has been times in the past. We'll see what happens with him. I got him scoring 6 goals this season, max. He could bust out a little bit, maybe score up to 10. If he scores up to 10, this card's a great investment. But at 325,000 coins, I don't think he's going to get up to that 95 overall. I think your best bet's have him land somewhere around 91 to 93 overall. 93 overall, if he magically gets 8 goals, you're going to get 87 speed with the 8 goals, because that's 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 plus 83 is going to be 87. That's still not the fastest card for an endgame card. So once again, Slavin at number 8, I'd stay away from him for the price that you got to invest him in. There's only a few guys on this list that I really think are worth the investment. Slavin at number 8 is one of those things. If you think he's going to score 10 goals for you, go and get him. If you don't think he's going to score 10 goals, stay away from him. I don't think he's going to score 10 goals. I would stay away from him. Number 7. So I will say that when making this list, this is the guy that has been up and down my list consistently. Are we going to get the Wayne Simmonds from when he played for the Flyers and he was scoring 30 goals? Or are we going to get the Wayne Simmonds from the last couple years? In the last couple seasons, Wayne Simmonds has not been very impressive. He's scored 6 goals and 8 goals in the last 2. In the shortened season, the Maple Leafs have him listed on their 4th line right now. If he plays 4th line minutes all year, there's no way he scored more than 8 goals, but he is on their second power play unit. They are a high-powered team. If there's a few injuries on the wings and Wayne Simmonds gets a chance to play with guys like Austin Matthews and John Tavares, Wayne Simmonds could score 20 goals this season. So honestly, it just really depends on what happens with the Toronto Maple Leafs and their franchise. Wayne Simmonds is one of those flyers. Not in the sense of he used to be a Philadelphia Flyer. Like, he's a flyer pick, as in, like, who knows what could happen with him. I got him scoring probably 8 goals and finishing at about an 89 overall. He could score 9, he could score 10, he could score 20, like I said. It just depends. They have him on the 4th line. If he was listed on the 3rd line, or if he's listed on the 2nd line and he was getting maybe some time with Joe Thornton, who's supposed to be playing first line left wing and not center, I got no clue what's going on with their line combinations. It's kind of have to wait kind of until the season starts. Right now, there's only one Wayne Simmonds on the market for $500,000. At that price, stay away from Wayne Simmonds. I don't care if he's a distributor and pass maker or not. Distributors +3 for speed, passing, puck control, and durability, as you guys already know. Passing playmakers, slap shot accuracy, passing, and stick checking for +4. Overall, Great power forward. If he does get to play on one of these top lines and scores a bunch of goals, Wayne Simmonds obviously will be one of those guys like James Neal was last year. I was hyping up James Neal a lot more, though, because he was getting top 6 minutes with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Simmonds is projected to be on the 4th line. I don't think he's worth investment. I'd stay away from him. I got him at 7 because he's one of those players where he could jump up into the top 3 on this list. He could also fall down to like the bottom 3. If he plays on the 4th line, not going to be a good card. If he gets somehow some top 6 forward time, he could be nasty and score a bunch of goals. Number 6. The 6th guy on this list is Charlie COYLE, 6'3", 221-pound right-handed shooting center for the Boston Bruins. He's their 3rd line center, but they have the 2nd best rated 3rd line in the NHL. They seem to run 3 lines pretty heavily, sometimes even 4 lines. COYLE does get some top power play minutes when it comes to the first unit every once in a while. Not too common, but he definitely is the center for the 2nd line power play for sure. He has Barrage and Light the Lamp for his synergies, both not great synergies. Barrage isn't too bad. As you can see, it gives you the slap shot accuracy, slap shot power, offensive awareness, and aggression. Light the Lamp is balance, wrist shot accuracy, offense awareness, and hand-eye. Overall, this COYLE will probably get up to about a 93 overall. He scored 16, 12, and 11 the last 3 seasons. The 16 goals, I think he only played 60-some games. So I got him scoring about 11 goals this year. If he scores 11 goals, that'll bump him up to a 93 overall. There's a chance he could score 13 and get up to 95 overall. That's really why COYLE's at 6. If he can get up to that 95 overall and give us 13 goals this season, which is a possibility. Like I said, the 2nd best rated 3rd line in the entire NHL, according to a couple different sources that do line combinations right now. I'm going to give COYLE the 6th spot because the potential for him to get up to 95 is there compared to some of the other cards, even though he doesn't have the best synergies. And he's going to be the guy that cuts it off before we get to the top 5 here. Charlie COYLE, number 6. Number 5. Starting off the top 5 here is Clayton Keller. He's listed as a center for the Arizona Coyotes. However, he's probably going to play on the left wing on the 2nd line for the team, and then he's going to play on the 1st power play unit. And that's really why he's cracking the top 5, as well as the fact that he has 1 point for Swarm and 1 point for passing playmaker. Swarm gives you agility, defensive awareness, stick checking, and hand-eye. I think defensive awareness and stick checking are huge this year, as well as the agility. Passing playmaker is going to give you slap shot accuracy, passing, and stick checking at +4. He is 5'10", 168 pounds, so he's a little bit of a lightweight. His balance, as you can see, is actually pretty low at 78. It's much lower than all of his other attributes, other than like shot blocking and some of the defensive categories like body checking. In the last 3 seasons, Clayton Keller has scored 17, 14, and 23. He wasn't on a great Arizona Coyotes team when he scored the 14 and 23. Last year, they were a little bit better team. He had 17 goals. He is going to play in the 1st power play unit. He has the potential to score a lot of goals. 56 games. I got him scoring 14 goals. If he scores 14 goals, he's going to get up to that 95 overall. His synergies are going to double. With 14 goals, you get +7 on his speed. He's going to be 92 speed. That's probably not going to be the fastest, maybe an endgame card, but the rest of the attributes, if he scores 14 goals, we're talking about all of his shot, whether it's his shot power or shot accuracy. At the +14, 14 is going to be 94, 95. For his attributes, he's going to have nasty puck control. It's going to be 99 max. His checking is going to be ridiculous. He's going to have 94 stick checking, 95 defensive awareness if he can score 14 goals. So if he gets up to the 95 overall, this Clayton Keller is going to be a monster. I think he has a chance to do that with 14 goals, and it might even be conservative because this could be his breakout year. It's his 4th or 5th season in the league. So if he has a huge breakout this year and kind of takes over like they had projected that he was going to do last year, and he kind of, 17 goals is good, but it's not great. He could even net 20 goals this year, but I think 14 is a safe bet. 14 is going to get you at the 95 overall. That's what putting Clayton Keller at number 5 on the list. Number 4. This is another one of those wild card flyer type picks like the Wayne Simmonds. I got Brent Burns coming in at number 4 because he's Brent Burns. He's 6'5", 230 pounds, right-handed shooting. The last 3 seasons, he scored 12, 16, 12 goals. He could also drop a 30 spot on us. Not really 30 goals. I'm being over-exaggerating a little bit, but he could score 20 goals. If he scores 20 goals, this card would be 104 overall, which isn't really a possibility, but you're talking about if he gets 20 goals, he gets +10 speed, plus distributor, you're looking at 93 speed. Brent Burns might be ridiculous this year. I don't think he scores 20 goals. I personally got him scoring maybe 11 to 12 goals this season. He might have another year where he kind of steps up to the plate. I think the Sharks are going to rely on him a lot offensively. They want to be competitive, as well as Erik Karlsson. He has Heart and Soul and Shutdown. They are not great synergies. Heart and Soul gives you balance, endurance, shot blocking, and faceoffs. Like, that's a terrible team synergy, if I'm being honest. So that's kind of something that hurts his card a little bit. It's just the fact that Brent Burns could pop off for 20 goals. And if he pops off for 20 goals, by God, he's obviously going to be a nasty card. If he gets those 10 goals, you give him a +5 at 85 speed, and you have a distributor 88 speed. It's really not too impressive. That's really the problem, right? But you do get +10 on everything else he has, which makes the rest of the card nasty. He's going to be slow. I think no matter what, you'll have a nasty defense in Brent Burns. It's just a matter of how fast he's going to be. And if you do get up those 10 goals, maybe he gets you 11, you get up to 95, you get +2 heart and soul, +2 shutdown. The shutdown's not terrible if, for whatever reason, you can get the 2 points rather than 1 point. Either way, I'm coming number 4 because he could easily be a 99 overall card if he has a good year. Number 3. The third card on this list is 6'3", 217-pound right-handed shooting Jeff Carter, plays for the Los Angeles Kings. And essentially, this Jeff Carter is going to be in the top 6 forwards. He has Swarm and Howitzer, 1 point for Swarm, 1 point for Howitzer. The Howitzer, the big thing for him is you activate Howitzer, he's already up to 85 speed, 84 agility, slap shot power, wrist shot power is going to get to +3 as well. For Swarm, it does agility, defensive awareness, stick checking, and hand-eye for +4, so he has great synergies. That's a big plus to this Jeff Carter. We got him coming with about 10 to 15 goals this season, I think. He scored over 10 goals the last 4 or 5 years. He's had some 20-goal seasons. At 56 games, the 10 to 15 goals I think is a safe range. Even if he scores only 10 goals and is a 91 overall. With the Howitzer activated, because you have to factor that in, and if he scores 10 goals, you get another +5 out of that. He's going to be 90 speed, which might not be amazing, but he does have the potential to score 14 goals. Easily. If he scores 14 goals, his card becomes at 95 overall. You get 2 points for Howitzer, 2 points for Swarm, and that makes him super valuable in itself. Let alone the fact 14 goals would put you up to 89 speed, +3 on the 89 speed will put him to 92 speed, plus the 14 goals would put him at 99 for his wrist shot and slap shot power. There's just a lot of potential for this Jeff Carter to be absolutely filthy as a card if he can get up to that 14 goal mark. Like I said, though, I got him in a range of 10 to 15 goals. I think he's worth the investment if you want to pay the price for him. He's about 250,000 coins on PlayStation 4. I think he might be a little bit more expensive as time goes on and they realize that Jeff Carter is going to be a top 6 forward. He's going to get some first-team power play time. He's mostly going to be in a second team, but I could see him taking in some first power play unit time off of Dustin Brown. We'll see what happens with Jeff Carter. I do think this is one of the few cards that's actually worth the investment because his synergies are so good. It's not just the investment in how good the card's going to be, but also the fact that if he can score those 14 goals, he has 2 amazing synergies. Number 2. Jack Eichel's taking the number 2 spot. And the biggest reason he's taking the number 2 spot is he's going to need a lot of goals to have a really good card. He's going to need at least 21 goals to get up to 95 card. So I think he's going to score 21 goals. I definitely do. He's never scored less than 24 goals in his entire career. The last 3 seasons, he scored 36 in a breakout season, 28 and 25, and he's never actually played a whole season. That's probably my biggest concern. Well, that's a lie. His rookie year, he played his whole season. He played 81 games. But in general, I just am not sure if he's going to be healthy. He's always missed about 15 games a season. If he misses some time this year, there's no way he scores like 25, 30 goals. I mean, I guess he could. He has Taylor Hall on his left wing now, right, in the first line. And Buffalo, there's going to be a lot of chances for him to score a lot of goals. Taylor Hall is going to take a lot of pressure off of him as being like the number 1 guy. Plus, he has Olofsson on his right wing. There's a chance that could be one of the nastiest first lines in the entire NHL. Eichel himself is 6'2", 203 pounds, right-handed shooting. He has 1 point for balance and 1 point for magician. Balance is going to give you that endurance, wrist shot power, deking puck control, and defensive awareness for +3. The magician is going to give you +4 agility, +4 deking, +4 puck control. Now, the thing about this Eichel is he could also score 30 goals. So it's one of those things he's going to be super expensive to invest in because he has the name brand or the name value of being a Jack Eichel. And because of that, I don't know if he's worth the investment. I do have him number 2 because there is definitely a chance he can be 99 overall. He only needs 25 goals. 25 goals for Eichel is definitely doable. I do think he does score at least 21 and ends at about 95 overall. Now, let's say he scores 20 goals. You do get +10 speed, which is going to put you at 91 speed, which is pretty good. I don't know if that's really like an endgame card. In my personal opinion, you're going to have to hope that Eichel scores at least 26 goals. You're going to want at least +13 on that speed, I think, for it to be like worth the investment of what this Eichel is going to cost. So I think it's going to cost at least 500,000 coins. If he gets 20 goals, though, he's going to have nasty shooting hands, defense checking, everything like that. He's just going to be a little bit slow. It's kind of like that Brett Burns, as you know you're getting an amazing card. Balance is a pretty good synergy, better than the Burns synergy. This is why Eichel's coming in at number 2. He has the potential to be a phenomenal card, like ridiculous endgame card, more so than Carter does. Carter was about the synergies and the fact that he could be a very good endgame card. Burns was just one of those things, doesn't have as good synergy as Eichel, but could be a nasty endgame card. Same with Keller. Let's see who's number 1 on this list. I do think Eichel is worth the pickup. Or if you pull the Eichel, it'd be kind of cool to watch one of the great young players in the NHL kind of blossom into what I think he'll be a dominant player this year, especially with Taylor Hall on his left wing. Number 1. Topping off the list is RICKARD. He's the left winger. He's probably going to play right wing on the first line for the Anaheim Ducks, though. 6'2", 198 pounds, right-handed shooting. And he has 1 point for Spark and 1 point for Gladiator. And RAKELL, in his last 3 years, he scored 15 goals, 18 goals, and 34 goals. So he has potential to score 30-plus goals. The last 2 seasons, he's actually been hurt. He played about 60-plus games, scored 15 goals and 18 goals. When he's played over 75 games, he scored 30 goals twice. So he has the potential to score a lot of goals. I think at the very least in 56 games, he gets 15 goals if he can stay healthy. He gets 15 goals, he gets up to a 97. Let's say it's 15 goals and you only get +7 on his speed. 91 speed might not be the best, but if you do get 15 goals here, you're talking about a guy that's going to have a ridiculous shot. It's going to be 97, 98, as well as everything else is going to be absolutely nasty. You start out at an 82. There is a chance he can score 20 goals and finishes at 99 overall. He's selling for about 250,000 coins on the market. I just think this RAKELL has the absolute potential to be a monster. He has 1 point for Spark, which is going to give you acceleration, body checking, strength, and discipline. The Gladiator is going to give you slap shot power, body checking, strength, and defense awareness. So he doesn't have the best synergy. Spark is definitely one of the better team synergies, though. I just think this guy has the best potential and probably the easiest route to get up to a 95. I think there's no way he doesn't score at least 13 goals. And at that point in time, with 13 goals, you're going to get +6 on his speed. He's going to be 90 speed. He's going to have 2 points in Spark at that point, 2 points in Gladiator. I think that makes him more than enough valuable. And even at the 13 goals, you're talking about 95 wrist shot power, 96 wrist shot accuracy, slap shot power the same. 13 is going to have his hands almost maxed at 99. His defense awareness, everything is going to be great. Unless RAKELL gets hurt, which could happen, he's going to be on the first power play unit in Anaheim. He's going to be on the first line, so he's going to get a lot of minutes for a forward. He has a lot of chances to score then. Somebody got to score the goals in Anaheim. RAKELL's probably going to be that guy. That's why I got him coming in number 1 on this list. He is the easiest path to get up to that 95 overall to get the double synergies. He could easily be a 99 overall with 17 goals. Unlike Eichel that starts at a 74 overall, this guy has an 8-goal lead on him, essentially. That's why I got RAKELL coming in at number 1. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that RAKELL deserves the first spot? Do you think it should have been Eichel, Carter, Burns? Shoot, maybe you guys thought it should have been Wayne Simmonds. Let me know in the comments down below who you guys think should get the number 1 spot on this list. Boys, that's going to wrap up the ranking and review of these 12 Hut Fantasy hockey cards. I hope it helped you guys out to know who to invest in, who to stay away from. Go get yourself a RAKELL if you can afford it. I really do think he's going to end up being 99 overall. That's just my personal opinion. At the very least, he's going to be 95. I don't think there's any way this dude scores less than 13 goals this season. I think Eichel's another great investment. I just think he's going to be pricey because he has a name. RAKELL at 200. If you can get RAKELL at 250,000 coins, 200,000 coins, that's an absolute steal for a card like he is. Just my personal opinion. I think that he can definitely score 20 goals being on the first line in Anaheim. At least 13. He's going to score at least 13. You can take it to the bank. Just like I said, the United States was going to win the World Juniors, and people gave me crap whenever they lost to Russia that first time. What happened? They won the World Juniors. I know I made a lot of money on Kaliev. You can see from the coin stack. I'm telling you right now, RAKELL is going to be the best option out of these 12 cards that come out so far. I'm assuming there's going to be more of these. I'm going to do a video when those come out too and rank them as well. Let you know who to invest in, who not to invest in. Once again, and as always, I appreciate all the support. Don't forget to comment, like, and share this video. Hit that bell so you can get notification when I'm uploading more videos. You guys have a great day and be safe.